Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK. Welcome back to the southern shores of the Sea of Fallen Stars, and welcome back to our sneak peek preview playthrough of CCRPG's Chessenta's Tyranny. Timely Lolo. One of those.
Lolo.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? I hope everyone's okay. Sorry for the wait there to fix various bits and bobs. And thank you for joining us, everybody. I hope everyone's sitting comfortably, and we can jump right back into things here. Quick shout out for our giveaway today. We are going to be giving away the fantastic Painted World of Vincenzi from CCRPG, a one-shot or drop-in location for your games. And if you want the chance to win that, exclamation mark, enter in the chat once I've actually turned the fucking thing on. Hang on. Reminder to self.
Breaking character.
One more button.
Oh, we're in danger.
Okay, there it is.
It is a session of... What's it?
Okay. So, that is that. Okay, good. So, yeah, everyone do jump in on that. Let's do nothing. That's been a while since I've seen that fabulous name. Welcome in. Good luck with the giveaway, everybody. Now, we survived a split party. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We sip of my draconic ale here.
I did go unconscious though the first time.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, first ever death saves for Arius. But
Telling like,
we survived nonetheless as the party was split. The right-hand side of the overlay there, Carolyn. Their name is Carolyn. Excuse them, they're hiding behind their art. New art, thank you, Emma.
New art with this.
Excuse me. I appreciate the new art as I yeet it over there. Okay, there we go. Look over there, Carolyn. Okay. Yes, Carolyn, Amenhotep, and Rhys made their way up the eastern shores of the Bay of Chessenta to Mordulkin. There they discovered that out on one of the islands in the bay there was the remains of a palace of one of the ancient arcanists that used to thrive in this region before the tyrannical regime took over and got rather shitty about all things arcane. And as they explored the ruins of the coastal palace, they discovered it had been somewhat refurbished. A bit of a fixer-upper in the first place, but it had been switched over, and there were various statues and things made in the name of one Umberly. They delved further into the depths, along with a blast from the past, as a Dragonborn had travelled from the south of Amenhotep, and Firemore from our Descent into Avernus campaign joined them as they made their way through, dispatched with the Umberly worshipping members of the arcane force that they discovered there, rescued a sea elf's ghost and a certain Vulpin by the name of Jimogen, who they discovered languishing in the cells behind the hidden entrance. Meanwhile, Arius and Luce delved into the depths of the Bay of Chessenta, heading out with Captain Lyra Blackwood, famous ex-pirate turned pirate hunter.
she was really hot, guys, just so you know. All missed out. And she had a harem of seal.
There. Well, you brought the seals. As their goals aligned, as it seems that merchant vessels were going disappearing in a region where certain sea elves that Arius and Luce had met on their swimming lessons had started disappearing, and they were searching for a sea elf druid, a leader of a order of paladins dedicated to maintaining freedom and the safety of those who would use the oceans here around Chessenta. And they delved into the depths, discovering the ancient ruins of Sitnalta. Strange markings adorned the ruins, ones that they'd seen before on Carolyn Sturgrove's skin, as they delved into the depths of the ancient Imiscari wizards' towers around Chessenta. And as they made their way through the ruins and defeated the evil that lay within there, I'm not going into too much detail because I'm going to let them catch up with each other as well, they discovered well, they were able to change one of the original members of the society here that lived in this subaquatic location back to their original form, and they are returning with said rescued peep on their way, all of them, to where the pin is right now, the city of Erebos. But before we head there, we have to catch up with them. So, first, let us head on over to the eastern side of the bay there, back to Modulkin, back to the ruined Arcanist's palace, as Carolyn, Amenhotep, and Reese, you find yourselves, the cultists defeated, Firemore pledging to go off and move away, having found out that the cult of the dragon is hot on his heels and not wanting to put you in danger. But you are here in the remains of the palace with a ghost and a Vulpin. What would you like to see?
Well, that was a lot. Reese, a ghost, and a... Wait, wizard? Are they wizard robes? Are you a wizard? Are you a spellcaster?
Yes. Yes, as you say, as a matter of fact.
And you're not trying to kill me right now at this moment in time, correct?
Not right now, no.
This is the best day of my life. Right? Let's get to know each other. Reese, I'll let you deal with the rest. Ghosts, not my area of expertise. This absolutely is. Carolyn is thrilled right now. Finally meeting another magic user that is not trying to end her life.
Well, they're the ones you rescued from the what's it called? The
prison.
Prison. I'm trying to
They
remember
weren't all entirely good people.
Not all of them. No. I'm trying to remember the in-game name. Sorry, that's what I was trying to remember. They have a name for the various.
Arcanarium, I think, or something like that.
Yes, it's the name for a sanitarium. Yeah. It's where it's where all the outspoken leaders and people who don't like Shallow disappear to.
Tafini,
that's it. Thank you.
Yes.
This
I know
malacca
that
of
for
a brain
reasons.
I have. I'm going to spin this wheel.
It's
Thank you.
the
McClever.
name of the area you're in?
Say again, Liz.
Mordulkin.
Mordulkin.
Across the map from Erebos.
Gotcha. I'm just going to make it.
Yes. And not as it's misspelled on this map, Morducklin.
Morducklin.
This K and the L.
Ducklings? Where?
Okay. Thank you for clever. Jimogen. Does anyone have a companion from last time? I couldn't remember. Yeah, Lucy, you do. We forgot about them last time. I'm sorry about that.
I mean, technically, Amenhotep, because Amenhotep was a seagull, right?
Yes, for a little bit.
Change back before he met you again. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, just waiting on that one for a second then. Okay, so yes, Karen, you go over to this Vulpin. You haven't met a great deal of the humble folk, but you're aware of their existence.
Sorry. First of all, forgive me for being rude. Are you all right?
And Jimogen just kind of rubs their wrists a little. The hospitality wasn't quite up to par, shall we say?
It does seem that way. Let me try and help you there. I'm just gonna give her a basic cure wounds.
Okay, that helps a lot.
Just in case.
She says, were you sent to find me? I don't think anyone knows I'm in this neck of the woods.
Yes, what are you doing in this neck of the woods anyway?
Traveling.
Say that again?
Traveling, experiencing, seeing new places. I don't know how far you've had the chance to roam, but I've gone quite far and wide, and well, unfortunately I stumbled across this lot as I was sailing my merry way into the bay, and they seemed very keen and very kind at first. I was using a bit of a gust cantrip, just to speed things on our way. A bit of a calm day. They got very excited and came swooping in, and at first they seemed very friendly and keen to meet an arcanist, a fellow arcanist. But then they slapped me in irons and chucked me in a cave.
I think hearing that sort of overview, Kellen immediately feels more relaxed around this person because she's aware of, from the vision that she had, about good-hearted wizards being targeted.
Yeah, exactly.
So in her mind, this person should be able to be trusted.
In theory.
Well, travel you have and sights you have seen by the looks of it.
Indeed.
Sorry, forgive me. I haven't even introduced myself. Kellen Stargrove.
How do you do? Jimogen Brassfax.
Jimogen Brassfangs. What a fantastic name. I will remember that. Well, what's the deal with these individuals anyway?
I do not know. They had a very muscly, ill-tempered friend who stoically and quietly kept an eye on me, and it seems they were waiting for something.
Or someone.
Was not my final destination. I was going to get to travel at least one more time. But
what was your final destination?
I was not told. Wasn't in the loop, I'm afraid. In the looping.
I see.
From one arcanist to another, one forever curious, and would you consent to something?
Potentially.
If I was to delve into your mind, only with your explicit permission, because in these kinds of situations, obviously, it's difficult when you've been held captive to remember specific details because you're exhausted, you're worn out, you haven't eaten properly, you haven't drunk properly. But if you would allow me just to briefly explore your mind, perhaps there's some useful details that could be of use to both of us to be gained there. Only with your permission, of course.
I mean, I feel, apart from the bruises and scuffs, I feel fairly tip-top. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I wasn't tortured or anything.
Oh, well, that's good. Sorry, I presumed the worst. These certainly didn't seem like nice people. Silver linings, indeed. I suppose my next question would be, why did they target you specifically?
I like to travel in comfort. Perhaps they thought I was worth a ransom. You just hear a voice. I know.
Oh, yes, I forgot about the ghost in the room. No offense.
Most people do.
Well, please, indulge us.
Luce?
So Jimogen is not a ghost.
No, Jimogen's a
ghost and there's a...
Yep. two
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a sea elf ghost, and then Jimogen's a Vulpin. They're looking to complete some kind of ritual. They need... Apologies, but they need good-hearted spellcasters to sacrifice.
That sounds familiar.
Really?
Does yes.
Are you looking for sacrifices too?
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, good.
No.
Neither here or there to me. Pre-sacrificed.
Sorry to
Say
hear
that
about
again?
that.
Pre-sacrificed.
Already.
Boil in the bag.
Oh heavens. Sorry for your loss. Yes, we've learned recently about this certain group of arcanists that are breaking away from their sort of larger group and things about rituals and stuff.
Yeah, you're talking about the deep.
I'm sorry, the deep?
That's what they call themselves.
Now that is new information. Please continue.
I mean, it's funny the things you overhear when people forget that you're haunting a cage in the corner of the room. I was, thanks to your friend here, giving me permission and well, being halfway there themselves, I was able to escape.
Always happy to lend a hand.
He nods at you, Amenhotep. I was killed by a priestess of Umberly. I used to belong to an order of paladins. We protected the Bay of Chessenta against nasty things like Umberly's followers. But, I was out of my depth. A priestess of Umberly, captain of a ship called the Sea Bitch, came in, captured me, killed me, but my soul was restless, still wishing to do the work I had sworn with my oath to do. And so I remained. They got their comeuppance. Even the goddess of storms and seas likes to mess with her own followers. A storm swooped in and wrecked the priestess's ship. She was washed up here on this island. The arcanists here were going to kill her, but she promised them something they couldn't refuse. The remains of the ship, their cargo and things were all dragged up here, along with this cage. Sentimental value, see, for the captain. And thus the Deep was born. She promised them something they'd heard of before. There is somewhere nearby a place known as Thay. A similar ritual was conducted there, a different entity, I believe, but the sacrifices were made and an evil being of great power was brought forth. The priestess promised the occultists the same. They bought it, jumped in at the deep end, if you will, dedicated this place to Umberly, started looking for ways to bring about this ritual. It seems none of it would have happened if they weren't so disaffected from before. Used to be members of something called Arcane Force.
No, that is interesting.
As I suspected.
Do you think any of their records survived?
Oh, this lot weren't interested in that kind of stuff. Perhaps the other members, of the arcane force that don't worship Umberlee, maybe they still have something. They ran off to the south, apparently. They used to live in the city across the bay there. Kind of points in the direction of Mordalkin. The ruling family were mages. The, what was the name? I'm trying to remember the name. Where did I write it? I know I wrote it down somewhere. Sorry. But when the general opinion of mages changed, they were being hunted and persecuted, they fled to the south to some mountains, a place called the Turu Cliffs. That's the name I heard. They used to act undercover, trying to meet up with other mages around Chessenta. But then, apparently the daughter of the family, the leading family, was trying to stop a public execution. And you all think back to the execution you stopped in Meth. The mages escaped, but the daughter was caught and killed. And that's what caused the problem. The father of the family now, he won't trust anyone, only trusts his own family, he doesn't want to make contact with anybody, wants to go into full isolation. The mother's grieving in a different way. She seems to want to fight against Sharla and connect with other arcanists, be a thorn in her side, but the son wants to leave Chessenta altogether. They each have their own followers. Caused a bit of an impasse in the order. That's what led the Deep, the cultists of the Deep, to break off. Look for something more active, a bit more aggressive. Apparently the mages are in charge in Thay. They quite like that idea.
Power is alluring, but responsibility is a heavy burden to bear with it.
Yes. Such is the nature of magic and magical artifacts. Speaking of which, this place, it didn't used to be a altar to Umberlee.
Apparently not. No, it was one of the palaces of the mages of Mordalkin.
You wouldn't happen to know a way to restore it, would you?
In what way?
There are
I was a fighter,
powerful,
not a builder.
evil.
Sorry.
That's fair. There's powerful evil artifacts in this area. Do you think removing them would help restore some sort of sanctity to this place? Or rather, remove the sanctity that is here?
No doubt. Our leader, whatever's become of her, she could re-sanctify places like that. Especially if they were corrupted with being dedicated to Umberlee. It's kind of her thing.
Might be worth
Isn't it
sticking out
just?
No, it's the druid's thing to undo that corruption.
I say we seek out this druid then. This place could serve as a good fort for us, but with Umberlee's domain here, I wouldn't trust it.
No, we're not welcome here, as long as Umberlee is. I just have one last question for you.
Yeah.
Can we help you move on?
Well, we left behind my bones. a few rags. Put them to rest. Give them a proper burial and the like. Should do the trick.
Would you want that?
Oh yeah. I've seen enough of this place. I don't think I can stray much further.
Any particular rights?
No, not fussy. See what happens.
We'll give you something nice.
Cheers. And they just like back into Amenhotep.
What?
That's a sight I will never unsee. Amengostep, lead the way.
Yes.
I suppose.
And you.
Amenhotep's body moves in odd ways as the ghost will then take charge.
Okay. You delve into the riches left in this place and take them to Modolkin, and over the space of the next day and having a long rest in the town, you are able to make contacts thanks to your sea dog fisherman captain, and mechanically speaking redistribute some of the wealth. Actually, Morgris, Amenhotep is out. Sorry, I didn't get the crystals done. Actually, I can't remember who had and who didn't have them, but
I used mine, so mine's out.
yeah, I think it was everyone except Amenhotep that had one, and me. Okay, so you get that sorted, and then with your faithful captain, head off across towards the west and the city of Erebos.
And I'm sure there's several moments
Cheers, Josh.
where I have to stop him from trying to recreate the scene from the Titanic with Carolyn.
Indeed. Okay, thank you, Andy. Right, now, whilst all that was going on, Arius.
Oh, hello. I made loads of more notes. Some of them were I was struggling. I got there.
We smash cut across to the far side of the bay, going around that bulge of the Adder swamp there, wherein lie the ruins of Sitnalta, and we see the beautiful white marble of the diving bell cresting the water's edge next to the solid stone barge magically floating on the surface of the ocean above the ruins. And there is a cry of happiness and jubilation from the sailors. One of them seems to want to celebrate as he's asking, "Where's the rum?" And you are greeted joyously as Luce, Arius, Captain Lyra Blackwood, the druid Nemariel, the paladin Fenlael, and Princess Mirashtai. Also known as Mirai.
Wait, who is the other one? L'Ariel. L'Ariel.
Fenlael is the paladin you are happy didn't sacrifice himself.
Nemariel was the druid.
Nemariel was the missing druid, yeah.
Yes, that's it. I know. I remember. Yeah, cool.
And you go back into your modest fishing vessel that you were using as disguise and continue onwards to Erebos.
Erebos. And beyond.
Luce,
and beyond.
Arius, let's cut to you in the prow of the boat, looking as you round the headland there. And one thing of note, actually, I'm glad I remember this. You see, let me zoom in on Roll20. You see that island due east of Erebos there?
We will do.
Just kind of almost under the pin there.
Yes.
That you remember very markedly from your youth here, Luce and Arius, when you visited. That was known as the Isle of Ghosts, a haunted, blighted place that was shunned and avoided by all of the locals of Erebos, the fisherfolk, and those alike. And you are surprised, Luce, when you pass it this time. And whilst it is still shrouded in mists and mystery, there is a relatively steady flow of small craft coming to and from the Isle with a kind of festive, almost touristy air as people are travelling out.
Gentrification. Knew
travelling
it.
out to the island.
Nothing is sacred.
As
Soon they will forget the old ways and forget there was a curse at all. And then when their comeuppance come, who will they blame?
You like
They must
80?
look like people making pilgrimages there.
Yeah.
And with that kind of curiosity kind of lingering in your mind, what is Lucinaris' conversation as you come within sight of the docks of Erebus for the first time?
Probably not.
Probably that.
Yes.
Are our new friends with us?
Yes.
And is Captain Lyra Blackwood still there? Okay, cool. I'm going to be just enthusiastically pointing out things that I remember. Oh yeah, that's the barge I used to try and learn to swim off of, but I didn't know how to float. And that's
How do you not know how to float?
it's really hard.
You just lie on your back.
I just couldn't do it. And through those mountains, up past that little river, that estuary just there, is where I met my good friend, Aurelia.
The old lady.
Well, she's not, look, okay, she's not old. Oh, that's a bit much. She's like 40.
It's pretty old.
Oh
Oi.
my god.
Arius is of the opinion that anyone above the age who has visible signs of aging is old because he's an elf.
Yeah, because like,
And
you see a wrinkle, you
Might-
think they're 500.
He would think we were old.
might
he would look us
I inquire as to Lily's opinion?
Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Patrol.
We're just pointing out, and I'm pointing them out to all my new friends.
He starts pointing out your sunspots.
Don't touch me. This is what happens. So I want to just speak to Mirai. It's like really good for you. I want to just ask Mirai.
Yes.
Oh.
She's kind of looking around in wonder. It's like it's changed so much.
So you okay? So you used to live above the sea level of the sea.
We visited. We led
Visited.
expeditions to meet with people and spread peace as much as we could. It was
Okay.
why
So you're like
it's why
semi-aquatic.
the mother was summoned and our society destroyed.
Mother being the Corey. Yes, correct.
No, mother being that huge beast that you destroyed and returned me to my
Oh,
form.
my.
The one that
Pardon me.
taunted you with laying some kind of egg, the son of Umberly to be born.
No eggs were laid. There was
Terrifying.
there were
Terrifying.
no.
Unbelievable. So how did she have an egg?
Well, because capybaras.
What is a capybara?
Do you,
They do
remember
eggs.
the beast, the entity that had devoured
Yeah.
and destroyed all of the residents of Sitnelta and turned them against each other and turned them into these depth walkers.
Yeah.
Did gloat before you dispatched of them.
Yes, I have it written
that
here.
Their purpose.
Her
had been
egg will hatch
completed.
soon.
Mhm.
So
But then if the mother,
it's Umberly, and then the mother, it's lesbian
it's
mums.
lesbian mom.
Oh,
Speaking of this,
God.
somewhere around the corner of that dock is a certain riverside two-story cottage.
I will point Captain Lyra Blackwood in that direction and say I don't think the ship's going to fit, so we'll have to disembark over there. But we will.
Arius probably jumps off the ship.
Okay.
And she's like,
We're gonna just.
don't worry, we need to go back and report as to what has happened and collect our fee.
Okay, cool. But can we have like her and him? And I point to Fenler, Mirai, and Nemaria. Can we have you guys?
I mean,
Can we keep?
Nimariel and Fenlael will return to the seals.
No.
Is it
Okay,
Nim-
fine.
Nim-
Can I look at Mirai and say, Mirai, would you like to hang out with us? Because we have someone who I think you really want to meet.
Yes, you said
I don't really know.
Your, like
You said-
ancestor.
there was someone of my
Opposite back.
line
descendant.
still alive.
Yes. indeed, someone of your line does in fact still live, and I really have more questions about the egg and Umberlee and what she was doing hanging out specifically in your little bubble. But regardless, come with us. We'll make it worth your while. I hold out a hand. An honest, earnest handshake. Nothing weird about it.
And she does, yeah.
Shocking.
What was that?
Oh no. It's just me.
I'll gather my things. And as she goes off to do that, Nimariel
You say to no one.
comes over to you both and puts a hand on each of your shoulders and is like,
I'm in the water. I'm not here.
Are you just like
Yeah, he's
spreading
just
water
bobbing.
by the ship?
He's just bobbing.
Okay.
Like,
well, Nimariel will gesture for you to join her and Luce.
he really reluctantly climbs back up. Such a hot day.
It's okay. We play these games to escape the real stuff. It's okay.
Oh,
It's
so balmy.
very nice.
Cool.
Yeah, yep. No humidity. It's great.
I love
My imagination can't be stretched that far, John.
Oh, it's cool.
She looks at you and she's like, you have our thanks. And Luce, as she's waiting for Arius to climb up, she looks to you and she produces the Horn of the Sea. Luce, you need not fear the seas, or, and she glances over the side as Arius is clambering up, or for those tied to them. Ride the waves with the same comfort as you walk dreams.
I do not walk my dreams comfortably at all. Actually, I'm really terrified of going to sleep, but I understand where that's coming from, and I clasp her hands.
Isn't your
I really do.
whole thing dreams?
Well, yes, but it is. You see, it is dreams. But they're unwilling. There's a history there. You don't have to worry about it. And I just give her a little pat.
Noted.
But thank you very much.
Arius, as you clamber up over the side, she looks to you.
Shakes Sarah.
Oh,
And Arius, as we spoke of beneath the waves, she puts both hands on both your shoulders.
He's like, "What?"
As you swear your oath to the open sea,
Oh, yeah.
we swear that same freedom shall be protected beneath and above the waves, on and off the shores of Chessenta. Visit us in the bay again. Call us with this, and we shall find you. And she gives the Horn of the Oceans to both of you.
Arius is like, mission success.
nice.
High five.
Zzz.
It does nothing to him.
Oh,
Can't get through the scales.
yeah.
It's like,
I saved a bee.
wow.
And the paladin Finlael comes over and nods. It was an honor, and I look forward to fighting against those that would corrupt and endanger us who live within the bay.
Well, yeah, we thank you for your service, and don't worry. From what we've seen, actually, this has much more to do with like the arcane, landlocked stuff. Umberlee's just kind of a bit of a nuisance. You know, I don't think that.
Are you sure
going
you want to be
forward-
saying that whilst we're still on the ocean?
Oh yeah.
The breeze just
Wow, my 20 intelligence just went down to 14 for some reason. It's almost lost my all intelligence.
And
so it's annoying.
with a nod, Nimariel and Finlael dive over with the other paladins and swim off towards the open water again. And
You got some cool new friends.
Who said they were my friends?
the three of you, Luce, Arius, and Mirashtai, clamber onto the docks, and Captain Blackwood blows a kiss to Mirashtai, and you sail off.
Yeah.
Right.
Fine.
You don't even like women.
I know, I just wanted a kiss.
Gives you a little kiss on the forehead.
Ah.
Now, you have returned, Luce. Welcome home. You are back in the large city of Erebos. This is no fishing village. This one is a fairly sizable habitation up here on the top of the coast here. Although one thing does mark a difference since you left when you were much younger. There are a great deal more Jedricks and mercenaries of Sharla's around. One thing that hasn't changed, this is a tactic of Sharla's from before fully cementing her control. The veterans of the wars that were conducted and that were fought before the kingdoms were united are always on view and always spouting the virtues of Sharla and the peace that she has brought. Begging
Who are these people
in the
sorry?
streets.
Repeat that.
Veterans from the wars before the countries were
Veteran.
joined together. It's
Yeah.
one of Sharla's tactics to remind everyone how bad it was before, and she pays the veterans to do that. Another thing you would have noticed, there is quite a lot of Mulhorandi gods.
I'm going to need a spelling on that.
Just Mulhorandi, which is, for us as players, the Egyptian pantheon. So you see statues to Horus Re, Bastet, as Reese is known to follow.
Gotcha.
And because, again, that was another thing that Sharla wanted. Sharla is Mulhorandian and wanted to bring her gods. One of the ways she made everyone learn about the Mulhorandi pantheon is they would stop people randomly in the street and ask a random question about the Mulhorandi gods, and if they answered it, they got a tax break.
Okay, that's really smart.
Pop quiz.
Yes.
So
I will just, I'll just, before we go too deep into the town,
yes.
I'm going to, I'm assuming we've got like travel clothes. I'm just going to pull it up over my head a little bit,
Sure.
obscure my appearance, and suggest that you guys do the same. Maybe not you, Mira. You've been under the water for a long time, so nobody knows who you are. But
I wouldn't wish to impede my view at all. Look at these things.
You take it in quietly without attracting too much attention. We're gonna follow you.
She goes like she was a princess of Sitnalta, so she goes like full Jasmine. She just like scoops a handful of like almonds off a passing cart, and the guy's like, "Oi!"
You need to be careful when you steal things, and it's not fun if you just steal outright. You've got to create some kind of heist.
I would never steal.
You just didn't she?
Oh.
I'm not passing.
Oh, I see. I see. Things have changed.
For you.
Do you have any coin? I'm sorry, good
Marius
sir. I'm sorry.
into the back of his mouth and pulls out a really dripping bent coin. There you go.
Oh. And
I go get that. I don't want.
She pays with it. She pays with it. Gets some change. Misreads Arius's action there and thinks that's the new styles and puts the change in her mouth.
See? Started a new trend. Do you have rows of teeth? Because if you don't have rows of teeth, you will swallow them and choke.
Fishes it out. Just the regulars, I'm afraid.
Won't work.
You keep it in your cheek like a hamster. Anyway, let's go. Right. Guys, let's just gather around really quickly whilst we walk and talk towards my parents' house. Now, I kind of left under some slightly stressful circumstances. You remember I was in prison when we first met, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, but it was kind of to do with the fact that there was some arcanism happening, and people up here didn't like that. Specifically, as I'm sure you are aware, them, and them. I pointed to all the Gedrocks. the Gedricks, the mercenary, and
Who started calling them Gedrocks?
the Gedrocks. I'm reading a book where there's this monster called the Gedrock in it, and Reforged. It's really good. And I'm getting it mixed in the brain. But anyway, so yeah, they might remember. This was some time ago. But if just on the off chance they remember that, I want to keep a low profile until we get to my parents' house.
We could become one person in a trench coat.
That's such a good idea, Mirai. And I will swamp Mirai in my cloak. And encourage
people immediately start gathering around you. Oh, acrobats! Yay!
Cool. See, now they don't even think we're us. They think we're entertainment. That's so smart.
Iris will hoist you on his shoulders. And how tall is Mirai?
Can we get a performance check for this? I think it's fun.
About the same as Kerlin.
Cool.
Right. So actually, let's switch that. Iris will put Mirai on his shoulders, and then Luce will go on Mirai's shoulders.
Okay.
Just like, what are we doing?
We're one person in a trench coat.
Yeah, we're one
You
person
just said
in a
we
trench
should not attract attention.
Yeah, if they knew we were 3 people and they're looking for 3 people who look like us, obviously that's going to attract attention.
Yeah,
So much more.
they can't discriminate against us just because we're tall.
Yeah, that's so true. I knew a Goliath who sometimes people would make fun of him and say stuff like, how's the weather up there? They won't do that. Times have changed. They won't do that to us. I'm going to roll performance check now.
What even is
I
that?
should go acrobatics, please. Acrobatics, please.
Acrobatics. Ooh,
That's good.
that's not bad. 14.
Okay. Never bad.
Right, let's go.
So you balance your way along the decks and the docks there,
Huzzah.
and towards the edge
Princess.
of the main fishing docks, where you know the river goes, a river, not the one, the big one on the map, but a river goes inland from the docks, and on the edge of that river, a short distance from the mouth to the ocean, there is Aurelia's old cottage that was passed on to your mums.
Yeah.
Arius.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Loose on top. You got the best view. So
Yeah, I don't really see what
you see first. What is your reaction to seeing Sylvia?
So,
She's walking back from the little tiny jetty in front of the house. The small fishing boats tied up there. She has a wide wicker shallow basket laden with various glinting fish to deliver to Yasmin.
Person.
dinner's gonna be good tonight. I am excited at first, and I go to like jump off Mirai's shoulders, and then
We all screech as you try.
I get a little spooked, I think.
You realize how high you are.
And I stop, and I look down at Arius, and I just say, Arius, what if it's different when I go back?
Things are always different. That's life.
What if it's not different in a good way?
He wobbles the tower a little bit and wobbles a little bit more until you're forced to jump off.
I fall off, but I think I'll catch myself.
Now,
For the
rest of us, we see a short, stocky fisherwoman in her mid-30s. She has a fairly strong jaw and is wearing stained work clothes, a leather apron, and has weathered skin from being out fishing all the time.
That's my mama.
As she strides up towards the cottage with this basket of fish, some passers-by hail her and seem very happy to see her. She seems quite respected, and she spots you, Luce. Have you jumped down? Did you?
Yeah.
Did that? Okay. She spots you and stops dead in her tracks, and then just shakes herself out of it, puts the basket down
Don't
gently
dream.
on the side, and just strides forward, and Luce just disappears in strong arms, just completely engulf you, Luce, and you get that familiar smell of brine, the sea and salt and fish, in a not an unpleasant way. And
That's my mama.
then she stands back and clasps your shoulders and
Hello.
absentmindedly brushes some of the leaves out of your hair. I'm still rolling around on the floor.
Yeah, I know, right? This happens, I'm sure I can pick them out myself. Don't touch that.
It's been. What am I thinking?
I escaped.
Yes.
It's been like,
Yes. And we see a taller half-elf emerge, curvy, even curvier at the moment, as she's 3 or 4 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Just starting to show. Comes out, wiping their hands, and Sylvia just gestures towards you, and she just kind of awkwardly goes as quickly as she can. Not she's not huge yet, but just being careful. Comes over and
Flapping my hand.
and just again throws you a big hug at you.
Hello.
And while she's doing that, Arius, you feel a strong hand on your upper arm.
Yeah.
You kept him alive.
yeah. He postures. Did a pretty good job. It was a bit rough, but
You took him somewhere
I've
dangerous.
changed.
sorry.
You took him somewhere dangerous, she said in a
No.
menacing, menacing look in her
We
eyes.
went on a nice fishing trip on the way back.
Well,
You were
you're here now. And
Yeah.
new friend?
Oh, picks up
very
Mirai.
new.
Princess.
A princess and a relative of someone we know. There's a lot to catch up on.
And
Should we go inside?
she kind of
Have some sushi?
shoves your shoulder loose. So 2 princesses then. Okay, yes, after you.
Hee hee. And I hobble in with a spring in my step and a bell on my toe.
And it's
Hi, you guys have really done a lot with the place. Does it look the same or does it look much different?
pretty same. It's the same. Yeah. Well
Ah,
maintained.
different.
Well maintained. But
Helen's gonna love this.
more friends tonight.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some people coming for dinner probably, depending on whether or not they survived their last
You
excursion.
wouldn't.
I hope they did.
You wouldn't expect them until the next day.
Next day.
Having to cross the whole bay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're on a big journey.
it's like a very short time has passed. It doesn't feel as long as it's been, and Yasmin,
Especially not in the real world.
yeah, Yasmin does some delicious sushi.
Arius is so happy. He's just like, thank you for not cooking it. Please, just keep
It's so fresh. Why would I?
coming. Exactly.
Um,
This is why I like mums.
Yeah, and I can swim now. I know how to float.
Mm.
I know how to float. And I'm working
actually,
on my
Sylvia,
planks.
at that area, Sylvia looks genuinely impressed. Is like, well done. I could never teach him.
No, it was
What can I say? Just a great teacher.
magic hands.
Arius slams his hands back on the table. More fish.
More fish. Oh, mothers, I must beseech you one thing.
What are you doing?
See, he and I are now, we are boyfriends. It has happened, finally. We have admitted feelings.
You weren't when you left.
No, well,
We'd already assumed. We assumed.
well, yeah, okay, well,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we just felt it was time to start.
start saying it out loud
Yeah.
properly.
Splendid.
Give a
Delighted.
kiss.
Delighted. If we're sharing news, you're asking about Aurelia's place here. I think it's ours permanently now. She won't be needing it.
What happened? Why? Is she not coming back? I thought she was just traveling.
And Sylvia goes and closes the door, and she's like, well, you know, she was on the run.
I know. Yeah, I know, but like...
But it's okay.
You don't
It's all done now. No. And she reaches over. She foretold this little miracle. Have you not heard?
I might be a bit lost.
The Oracle of Dreamer's Reach is famous. People flock from all over to visit.
What?
Huh? Right, guys, can you start from, like, really small?
The Isle of Ghosts. It wasn't haunted. There were stone giants there. And it seems Aurelia's powers were uniquely focused and perfectly attuned to delve into dreams and see possibilities and futures and answer questions.
Wait. She lives on the island now?
Yes, and people go to her and ask for her knowledge and her blessings and her all sorts. And it's...
Can I just say, you guys really made it sound like she had died. Literally, I was so concerned. You need to work on your delivery.
Thriving. No,
Where's the performance?
It's not anything to do with the arcane arts, so it's not frowned upon, and I believe various generals and Jedricks and have visited her too.
How is it nothing to do with the arcane arts? This is so stupid.
Very
This
specific.
country is ridiculous. But also, don't you know they've started targeting clerics? So what does it fall under? If not arcane...
Clerics are fine.
Wishy-washy.
I suppose clerics are okay, but you know they've started going for druids. For no unrelated reason, I know that.
That's why we were worried about you.
Yeah, definitely.
As you should be. Gets in so many messes.
Yeah.
Not me though. I look after him real well.
Yeah, I've definitely not been involved in anything in mirth at all.
We didn't even go there. What is math?
I don't know what mirth is. I know what meth is, but I don't know what mirth is.
Isn't that town to the south? I think I've heard of it. Anyway.
Don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. No.
And you spend the evening feasting on fish and catching up.
You did such a good job. Such a good job. They'll never know.
Almost incriminating yourself several times.
Several times.
Now, the next day comes. You may have a long rest as well.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
And you, expecting your friends, go back to the docks. And indeed, after some time of keeping watch and spending time there, talking with Mirashtai, you see a modest, well, even smaller than the one you'd been travelling in, fishing vessel with a wizened, toothy old man for a captain. And Carolyn, Amenhotep, and Reese. As you all reconvene, Erebus.
Oh, I think I see our friends over there.
There's an immediate physical change in Carolyn as a weight is lifted off her shoulders as she has been panicked, worrying about the pair of them the whole time.
We look so chill.
Yeah,
Iris has got a cocktail with like one of those little umbrellas, and he's like, "Hey,
I've lent you one of my fisherman jumpers, and I am now wearing big overalls."
Also, did we leave Jimogen in the temple, or
No, she's with you.
okay?
Guys, sushi, my house. You ready?
I think Carolyn runs straight up, like hands on shoulders. Are you all right? Did anything happen? Are you okay? Do you need anything?
So much happened.
Carolyn?
Yes.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
What?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Why?
Character sheet. I have a feeling I know why.
DC 16.
DC 16. Okay, wisdom save plus 6 for a total of 11.
Okay. Loose Arius, as Kellen rushes over, is like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay? Are you fine?" They stumble, go to one knee, and fall unconscious.
Oh,
Right, Kellen has really bad jet lag.
Kellen.
I'm gonna pick Kellen up.
neither of my parents are healers.
I am.
I'm just telling you that now. Oh,
Mirashtai.
yeah.
Don't laugh at him.
Mirashtai runs over and is like, I'm sorry. Is that not how we say hello anymore?
What did you do?
Passing out unconscious is definitely not a hello thing.
I just,
Let's get her inside.
Ashtai wanted
Yeah.
to...
I've got a feeling.
Just burns,
that's
like,
not.
beet red. Looks very embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Carry Kellen inside.
I'm just going to really quickly brief them all not to mention rebel activity to the best of their ability or the arcane in the house.
Kellen just has really severe jet lag
Yeah.
for crossing a bay.
I'm gonna tip. You have to hold back the captain of the little fishing vessel. He's like, "My sea goddess!" Ah! Because tries to eviscerate Mirashtai.
No! What? Where are you guys been hanging out with?
Long story. She's
I
okay.
think that was Kellen's
Um,
choice.
A minute up, you just see his wispy white beard sticking out indignantly, and as he looks up, he's like, "You keep her alive."
Should be fine.
It's complicated stuff. She'll be okay. You'll come back to you soon. Don't worry about it.
I shall await. Goes off into the ship.
Should we take Kellen to a bed?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take Kellen inside and I'll say hi to my moms. And I'll just say,
I try to block Kellen from you slightly.
oh,
Don't worry.
friends are here. Then she's just really tired from the journey, so I'm just gonna take her upstairs, and it's like trying to carry like a melting howl up the stairs.
No, Iris.
For you, it's easy.
Yeah. You don't need to bother.
No,
Literally
I
for
won't.
one. You don't need to bother.
Arius, do you have a lesser restoration?
Let me check.
I do.
Well, isn't that good? I haven't had time to redo my spells for the long rest, so you can do that, Reese. I was like, Reese, whilst I'm recharging, please.
Do bards or rogues is that a rogue thing, or what's that from?
That is a bard thing.
Bards get that too. Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, Reese, you're able to revive Carolyn. And Carolyn, you just got this. It's in those same like parts of the brain when you telepathically link with somebody, and it's just burning, like needles. And you see loose Arius, a couple of middle-aged hotties, and someone that you don't recognize but looks a little similar to you.
So
I have so many questions.
yeah, I'm going to answer a couple of them immediately. Are you mentally prepared?
I don't think I'm ever mentally prepared, but that's kind of par for the course. Okay.
Okay, so this is Mirai. She is a princess from Sitnelta, a drowned country kingdom from long ago. Her people also have Kori. In fact, hers is one named Ashtai. So you are the descendant of this lady. She's a princess,
That's not really her title.
That's true. Yeah, it could be like a elective title. Anyway, so you're a irrelevant noble of some description.
And this woman, garbed in simple clothes that were purchased here, because I don't think they were particularly well garbed from their time under the ocean, hiding from their murderous siblings,
He was like,
steps forward. Is it? And says telepathically to you, Kellen, is it true?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Then we survived. The lines are not the last.
Sorry, this is a lot. I only recently realized my alleged heritage. Now there's more. Sorry. I'm going to need a lot of context.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's why you were unprepared for the joining of the Corys. It was a traditional greeting when two of our line came together. You see, Ashtai is one, both with you and I.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure all that out.
Didn't your mother tell you anything?
oh my god, you just hit a sore spot, dude. Not cool.
No.
I should explore it for you, because if you have it, then she must also.
No, I haven't gotten around to having that conversation yet. I've only known about my connection to Ashtai for maybe 20 days. It's not a long time.
Oh my god.
That's about right.
I'm still figuring out what it is and what it means. So I'm afraid you're a little bit further down the road than I am.
It was the cornerstone of our society, the royal families. I wonder if all the lines survived, or if there were those that didn't make it. Regardless, this is wonderful news. You must tell me everything you know, everything. We will find out together.
Well, perhaps there's a way we can both do that. And I'll try and reach out with my mind through Ashtai to see if there's some weird Vulcan mind meld kind of thing that we can do.
You
My
feel
mind to yours.
you feel Mirashtai block you. No, let us not try that again so soon. You are clearly unprepared.
Okay. It's fine. Cross that bridge when we come to it then. Well, for a start, how long have I been out?
Oh, it was a
Not
short
that long.
walk.
Oh, good, because I couldn't tell if it was moments or months. So that's reassuring.
I feel that after going through my first anesthesia. That feeling.
I'll look back to Lucinarius. Sorry, we got interrupted there. You look well. I'm very
Yeah, oh, you
pleased.
didn't die. And Luke, he got hydrated real well. We went. There
My
was
skin has never been better.
yeah, there was like this alternate world where there was a huge whirlpool, and then there was a diving bell, and then we went to this underwater city, and there was a big mother, and then there was Umberly, and then there was an egg, and this lady here, and we freed her soul. So crazy. So, oh yeah, we learned some really bad stuff. We're gonna tell everybody together.
I look over to Reese and Amenhotep. Why does Umberly come up everywhere we go?
Did you also encounter Umberly?
She's obsessed.
She has a finger in all pies.
It's not my fault. It's not
I
your
wasn't
fault.
there. Therefore, it's not my fault.
Well, okay, but I actually don't think it is your fault that much. I think she doesn't like us more, but than she would have if.
No, we found
Anyway,
we found like an old haunt of what it sounds like was the arcane force in years gone by, which had been turned into a makeshift temple to Umberly. Found a bunch of Umberly worshippers. They didn't like us, so we dealt with them quite efficiently. Actually, we had a bit of help from quite a tall, scaly boy. Rather impressive. Hopefully we'll see them in the future. They've pledged to help, but from a distance, as they have their own stuff going on at the moment. Actually, we have a mutual connection. I remember the Dragonborn that we met
Oh yeah.
a while back.
Yeah, ages ago.
What was his name again? The big British one.
Scaly, mixed scales. I don't know.
British one.
Yeah, so did you say brutish or British? Because they both.
Brutish.
British.
British.
British
Definitely
one.
Brutish.
Oh yeah, Watermouth.
It's all about to kick off. Is
It's all about
both are out.
brother.
I
Watermouth.
believe they're acquaintances.
Ah.
So we keep making connections.
Nice.
It's good.
Cool.
We found a lot of stuff as well.
We made some CL
Oh,
allies.
and
Went out
we met this lovely individual who's quiet in the corner. Jimogen. Say hi, Jimogen. This is Jimogen Brassfangs.
Hi, Jim. Nice. You
Yeah,
gained
voice
another
it.
companion as well. Awesome.
Oh, why not?
We both gained one companion each. It's like we got little tokens to bring back and show each other. Cool.
Balance in all
I
things.
wouldn't call it a token, but yes.
Balance and all things.
Jim is just like,
I wonder. I wonder
Well,
how
as we are
Mod
all
is
here-
doing actually. I haven't seen him for a while. Speaking of the balance.
Guys, as we are all here, and I will usher us into a corner past the entrance to the stairs so that there's no
should Karen be getting out of bed considering she just
sound.
passed?
We will all gather.
Oh, she's
at
already
Karen's deathbed,
up and
sick bed.
Arius pushes you back down gently and gives you a glass of water.
Yeah.
This is bedside manner.
Guys, I would like everyone to come under the covers whilst we have a very secret conversation. It's very.
why do I find
very
bedside
important.
manner more terrifying than angry Arius?
What do you mean?
It's a startling change.
I mean it's great, go with it, but
I am a
bedside
healer.
manner on the battlefield.
Bedside manner.
Guys, let's stop talking about how scary Arius is and get under the covers.
Arius
I'm
throws
alright
the
then.
duvet in the air.
Okay.
Arius, you
Like
hear a couple of like whispered, like almost like very hushed tones, like, I don't find him scary. Do you find him scary? Well, no, not as long as he's still chomping down on that fish, leaving us alone, eh? Yeah, seems to like the fish a lot, yeah. Weird. I'm just obsessed over that sort of thing too much. I don't know. By the way, did you finish boring that new hole in the skating board? Yeah, I'm done with that. Yeah, we're gonna.
Where is this coming from?
Look, there's two rats in the corner, just chatting to each other. Tally subbed and gave you Disney Princess. Sorry.
Oh my god. You speak to the mice.
Arius looks all horrified. He's like, Luce, the rats, they speak.
Aurelia's curse. Come here.
Jimogen
Oh.
Jimogen comes over and lays a comforting paw on your shoulder. You look into that, that red-furred face, warm brown eyes. They've been doing that. You should have heard the ones on the ship that we came on. They were, mouths like sailors. A lot of them. I also spam Disney Princess for myself from the clever before.
Arius is like, it's been a long day already.
Sorry, Patch, I missed yours as well. Who gets yours?
I mean, come on. It's always me.
Self-inflicted.
Damage me.
Save it. That's later today.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's different wizards bleeding through there.
An advantage crystal. Lucky you.
Oh, my goodness.
Good one.
Luce will poke his head out of the duvet next to Carolyn and just say, I insist everybody come in.
Arius just goes like this to the rats and then gets in.
Cool, right, under go.
They're like, us as well? No, of course not us. What are you talking about? They'll bloody kill us or hit us with a broom or something. No, fair enough. After you.
I've summoned you all to the secret meeting for a very specific reason. Okay, I just don't want my parents to hear this and then accidentally, get it like.
Smash cut to your mothers doing the dishes together across the kitchen, just looking at this large fort, like pillow fort.
Yes, quite.
Shaking
Don't
their
look.
head. He still does it. Yeah, he still does. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Also, once under the fort, Reese will change his face to look like himself because he walked in not looking like himself at all.
Yeah,
Smart, Reese. Very
walked.
smart. It's true.
El swagger.
Right. In all seriousness, when we were in St. Nelton, we had to fight this creature, which we found out, apparently, and let's try not to think too much into this until we have absolute confirmation on what this means, but context clues seem to suggest that it was summoned to provide an egg for Umberly to
fuck's sake.
Another one.
something from. So there is. I really do support lesbians, as I'm sure you guys are aware, but I am worried that we don't know what this means, what is in the egg, where it is, or when it will hatch.
Gross.
So, I'm just, concerned.
Loose.
Maybe the egg is related to the ritual?
Loose echoing in your mind. It's like a prophecy, eons in the making.
Oh my god, okay. Sorry, I'm hearing the voices again.
The temptation
Now.
to do it in the Baldur's Gate narrator's voice is strong.
I do have one idea. It came to me in quite a stroke of genius just then, which is
Make a big omelet with the egg. Sorry. Eating is not always the answer. Go on.
we could go to Aurelia. She was the wise woman who I studied under. This was her house until my parents took over it for her. And she's an arcanist. I studied with her to try and figure out a solution to my condition and to take some heat off my parents.
But she's not the kind of
more than
arcanist that gets arrested.
Well, she was. And now it seems she's found some other pursuits. She went on the run, you see. And took on a nomadic lifestyle.
She shouldn't go very far if she's just on that island.
Well, I think they like her now, so I guess there's a lot of politics at play.
I don't get politics or taxes.
Which is funny because you're a major part of the revolution.
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride. He would see.
Karen and everyone is here, so everything should be fine. But Karen specifically, you mentioned Umberly earlier, and that she was involved in everything. So, can you tell us how and you came across Umberly in a bit more detail? and anything you might have heard that could be linked to this.
Was she in a good mood or a bad mood?
We didn't deal with her directly, more her followers. And deal with them we did. It was this, as I mentioned before, this apparent former hideout of the Arcane Force remodeled as a temple in her name. There is definitely some sort of connection to wider things here. All this talk of rituals and the visions I've had of Yesaya, also involving rituals and Umberly involved in rituals promising great rewards. There's just too many coincidences for my liking. It's all connected. It's all a great big wibbly wobbly web.
Maybe Umberly just wants us to celebrate the birth of her egg.
No. I really don't think that's it.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, I was kind of hoping it would be just that.
Can I just ask, do you guys, because I've made some notes about this, do you guys tell us about the deep, etc., and everything sort of from your mission?
Yeah, Kaelin will go into all the stuff that, insert law dump here. Blech.
For sure. And I give you all the information that we found on there.
Arya starts drafting omelette recipes.
No. What if it's...
I think at one point I'll actually stop and look over to Arius. How have you been doing, by the way? Since, the whole Umberly... Blah, blah.
Well, he looks down at his nails, which are no longer black. My cuticles are looking good. My face is shinier than ever, in a good way. My pores are non-existent. My hair is luscious. He kind of borrows it back. I'm feeling great. I mean, maybe she's decided that she was a bit harsh on me, and I am getting a holiday, unpaid as usual, but it's a holiday at least.
Did we actually come up with a permanent solution to that?
Nope.
No, right. That's
No, but I'm
right now.
So us.
let's just say I'm working on that little bit of a pet project. But for now, should the need arise, I can give you temporary solution.
Okay.
But if you're fine, and I'm thrilled about it.
I'm great. I'm so good.
Insight check.
Patch, I just want to qualify that murdering Umberly cultists in a computer game is not helping Arius, okay?
If Umberly is actually
It's so
laying an egg,
fun!
I want Arius to get the robe. The wave robe.
Yeah, that's what Arius in the wave robe.
Looks so good.
if Umberly is laying an egg, I'm actually with Arius on this, and smashing the egg could be a good thing.
I got a 14 on my insight on Arius just then, in case that was relevant.
Oh, he is having a good time. He's got sushi, he's got cocktails.
Okay,
He's feeling like he's just come out of a spa. Yeah, he's really simple.
Mirashtai looks
Oh, yeah.
concerned, but that is a problem, isn't it? We do not have the egg.
Well, maybe if we
But-
go to Aurelia, she can tell us where it
You
is.
can prophesize where it is.
Ooh.
Precisely what I was about to say.
Who is this mysterious woman and these powers that she has?
Oh, she employed me for a bit. I did stuff around the house, odd jobs and stuff. She's crazy. It's really pretty.
Mirai, are you unaware of the arcane?
No, they're spellcasters. I only have my natural abilities.
I suppose that might be a question for another time, actually, what it is your abilities are. But we'll come to
Apart
that.
from making Helen pass out.
The same.
I don't
assume.
need that again.
Yeah, and just Karen, just before you passed out as well, there was just on the edge of hearing, there was just almost like like an incoming wave of like susurrations and vocalizations that just immediately, just like directly went into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what Corey sounds like to mortals.
All right. Well, my only concern was getting us back together. We're back together, so
In the band.
you've spent quite a long, lengthy period of our journey telling me about this, Aurelia. So consider me curious.
Well, she does apparently, or did at the very least, know some of your, I believe it was your father's like arcane network, was what we discovered from the guy we saved ages ago. That like when I said told him the name Aurelia, that he knew it.
That's true.
Can you not shoot?
You suck.
I have to go get bubble tea. But
So bad at Scissor Paper Rock. Always loses.
I'll just say, yeah. I think it might be worth you also potentially going through her stuff.
What?
Yeah, so the house hasn't really changed at all since she lived here.
You want a perv of an old lady?
She's not old.
Sorry. A lady.
Even if she was, it wouldn't be perving because we'd be going through her library. I don't think anyone puts Snickers in their library. Anyway,
Emma has to go get bubble tea.
I gotta go get the
So she lost the round of paper up. Bye. Just me.
Well, all right then. Suppose we can do that before we go pay a personal visit. Whew, what a day! What
Maybe you should
a
lie down, Helen.
day. How am I feeling?
With the magical help, fine.
Arius makes you a
No.
cold press, puts it on your forehead. There. He pats
This-
you right
this-
on the face.
Wow. Okay. This is. It's strange how this is the most confusing aspect of today.
Isn't it?
Thank
though?
you. I just yeah. Hmm.
Bubble tea.
Whew. Okay. Thank you for the things. I'm good. I'm good, and I'm ready. We're here. New city. Lots to see, things to do. Shall we?
And as the pillar fort like kind of disperses, Reese turns back into that like mundane looking half elf.
Mundane looking.
It's like the
Arius,
default
give a mundane
character
looking.
creation setting on Baldur's Gate.
Customize
Yeah.
you a bit more. Give you some pink bows.
No, I would like to blend in. That's the point of this face.
What's wrong with pink bows?
We could all become one big cloak again.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we blended in earlier. It was really good, actually.
I want to be on the top list.
You're gonna be on the top list. I'll be on the bottom.
No, you're too small.
Jimogen goes to you, Reese, is like, a neat trick, but why do you feel it necessary?
Because it's
Because
fun.
I stand out, and
The change
when
in
I'm
name.
looking around things, I would like to not. I'd like to be as unnoticeable as possible, especially if I'm going to be getting up to anything that might be dangerous to my health. He just gives a big grin.
Fair enough. Yes, I don't feel like being chained to a cave wall again anytime soon. And she
Perhaps maybe don't do, magic in public.
pulls up her hood and then drops it down again and is also a half-elf.
You guys are very convenient. Amanda puts on perfume.
Where'd he go? She humors you.
This
Delightful.
guy's 100.
So, off to see your friend Luce. Your family friend.
Family friend. I will say, Mums, can we get some sushi for the go? to take with us? We're going on a boat trip.
Arius ate it all.
Oh,
I can get us some more. Just give me like 20 minutes.
Grab some on the way
Let's see.
back.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Also, is there anything we should know about the mysterious island before we head over there? We were thinking of saying hi to Aurelia.
good idea. She'd be delighted to see you.
We both have tropical cocktails now.
Okay.
It is It turns out that the island's top was home to a series of monoliths.
Monoliths.
Witcher.
And that's not considered arcane. That's just considered...
No, it is sacred, the work of the gods.
What if someone claims to be a god, but they're actually just a wizard, but they have no way of proving that they're not a god? So couldn't Caitlin just start her own religion?
Yes!
That sounds like a cult.
No, that's fantastic.
But
Well,
then they can't prosecute you.
Yeah, right?
They kind
There
of
is-
can because they're
One more
arcane.
class, one more
They're
term. That's impossible.
There is
arcane
already one
assholes do
person
that.
in. There's already one person in that dock over there that worships me, and it is far too unhealthy. I do not want to start a cult. Thank you very
I
much.
could really see you as a
Oh,
religious-
yeah. I told him you'll come back for him, by the way, so you might want to.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay,
Minotaur.
right then.
What did he call you again? Goddess of the sea?
Guys, isn't that actually a great idea? If we just dress Kaelin up like a priest and then we just follow her.
We
like,
start. I
flowers.
got it. We can get Umberlee as well. We start an election to make Helen the new goddess of the sea, and therefore we will run Umberlee out of business.
Do you
I'm sure
imagine,
if we
do you
we
imagine
dress
knows
it in-
if they're worth their salt, they will know the source of her power.
Exactly.
Celestial magic and arcane magic is not the same.
That's
You
so
guys are really
boring. Oh,
I'm just trying to keep
I
her
like
alive.
yeah, I know. But you're my mum, so I have to say that you're boring.
Oh, did I change into your mum inadvertently? I'm sorry. And
Oh,
Jimogen changes.
wait, Imogen, you're not my mom.
Inadvertently changed into Yasmin.
I'm not stupid.
I knew I'd seen this face somewhere before. Sorry.
I think we should start.
Yasmin's just like frozen in the door. It's like that was strange. Here, take
It's a
these. Here are some snacks, and yes, as I said, monoliths, a sacred place for the stone giants.
Fab.
Those lost enough to find themselves up here. You know what they're about? They don't believe that the surface world is real. They think it's all a dream.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
I really,
Fascinating.
Mama, I really don't need any more trauma around dreams, sleep,
It's
this
just that,
plane of existence.
It's
If
how-
this is all a dream,
it's how
I'm
they
going.
work. It's what they base themselves on, and that's why they never come up above surface. Usually, apart from these ones who are so enraptured by dreams and seek meaning in them, and this monoliths are a holy site for them, and they have carved their holy symbols and runes into the stones. And when Aurelia visited, she was visited by herself by visions and sights and portents, and
Maybe we'll
Has-
get vision.
been there ever since. Refuses to leave, from what I've heard. But she has been doing great things for the people of Erebos and those who travel much further.
Oh wow, cool.
Please
Well,
give her our
yeah,
love.
how great. We will. Oh, and also, is it okay if Kaelin goes through some of her stuff when we get back?
Ask her.
If there's any...
I was like, why me?
You wanted to do your magic. Oh, no, you're not. You wanted to do a magic show in town,
Yeah.
and you wanted to be like, you wanted to get some legit history down in case anyone asked about it, right?
I think I'd look over at Lucy's mum and just give a knowing look.
Yasmin pats you on the shoulder, Caroline. It's like, don't worry, we are much better at keeping secrets than Lucy's.
It's all a prank.
Just making fun of you.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear.
Imagine if Luce was a YouTuber.
Oh, this is my third apology for the week, guys, but I just have to say I did nothing wrong.
Oh my God.
I would subscribe to that content.
Just to watch it burn.
The googly eyes have a mind of their own.
Okay, you make your way out into the town
Having
again. And one thing that you could definitely glean from just moving through the village and through the streets and of the town here, this is a pro Shala location.
Oh.
There are people suffering, especially now. Food is less of a problem here, right next to the ocean. But they are suffering and aware of the sufferings of others throughout the countries, the kingdoms, and you see the same things that Luce noted before. The veterans in the streets begging, the statue of the Milharandi pantheon, the large number of Jedricks and mercenaries of the various companies that and you actually spot uniforms that you hadn't recognized before. You remember you saw a lot of them at what was it called, at Pesco. There were mercenaries there as well, but you see uniforms that you don't recognize there, and you think that might have been what the spy was referring to when they said that there were more forces being brought in by Shala and sent out from Ruthjek around the area. Now, Kerlin, there's one particular moment that causes you to catch your step and stare for a moment. As I said, there are a great deal of statues of Milharandi gods and goddesses around, and you do see one of Hauhet, and you see it being removed.
Who?
Oh boy. Is it being replaced, or is it just being taken down?
Hard to tell at this point. There isn't a replacement statue on standby. They're just moving it off its plinth at the moment, carefully, wrapped up in kind of canvas, kind of almost like sailcloth canvas.
I just sort of say in my own mind, sorry, friend. Maybe once our work is done, the statue can go back.
The flood comes and goes, and also returns stronger.
Damn right it does. She keeps on walking.
Having a little conversation like, do you think Kellen's alright?
She hears the voices too.
Ah, I go up to Kellen and pat her shoulder. You alright, buddy? Having the
Yeah,
little
fun
voice-
fact, Kellen has many voices in her mind.
But the voices
It's
are
what
occasionally
people
Kellen.
would usually call insane.
I mean,
I mean, if you want to list them, we have Inky, we have Umberly from time to time, we have Quarry, Ashtai the Quarry, we have Howhet. Whoever the fuck else is going to be in there?
Mirashtai now from time to time.
And Mirashtai. So
It'll be okay.
Just wait till Luce learns sending.
Oh yeah, you'll never get a moment's peace.
Wait
Actually, you hear Jimogen's voice in your mind. It's like, I was just waiting to get a word in edgeways.
until more rest I can choose.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not whoring my mind out. Thank you very much. It accidentally says that out loud.
Yeah,
Sorry, ignore me.
Jimogen doesn't do that, especially after you asked so politely about the read mind on her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you carry on down to the docks, and there is a section of the waterfront there, which is almost solely given over to a great number of stalls selling foods and souvenirs, little monoliths and souvenirs of the Oracle of Dreamer's Reach, and there are various taxis of a type, water taxis that will ferry people to and from the island. How do you say?
Improving my bedside manner as the designated healer of this group, I would like to buy everyone in this group, except what's her name? Jimogen, because I don't know Jimogen. I would like to buy everyone else a souvenir.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you going for swirling stone giant symbol carved necklaces, a replica monolith, or a T-shirt that said, "I asked the gods and all I got was this T-shirt"?
It's the T-shirts. I get T-shirts for everyone.
I wear mine under my overalls, and suddenly I'm in like a modern fantasy.
I just scribble out the coins, put them on the table. T-shirts for my party of friends.
Those wrinkles.
No.
Coin is coin. Right, yes. Here you go. May your questions be answered.
I give everyone their T-shirts. Thank me later. Thank me later.
Okay.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Straight into the bag of holding.
I put
No.
mine on.
I march up to Kellen. You have to put it on.
I don't want to ruin it. We could be walking into a disaster right now.
Kellen, we're going to the island. You need to put your shirt on.
Just
Kellen,
got
you
this
look
new
out.
outfit.
You look across the bay. There are several ships going out, and everyone in the boats will have a T-shirt on. It's like
See?
it's like those US families when they go to Disney and they all have the family T-shirt. It's like it's like Robinson family summer 2022.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can we get like a little paint and write People's Pot of Chessenta in tiny writing at the
I
bottom?
can. I can definitely do that.
So,
And then the year.
Okay, then I'll wear it.
We do
One
that.
of the
Okay.
Uniforms! The uniform!
so first Phoenix-Ueki merch. It's just
Yeah.
Dreamers
Oh my-
Reach. I asked
I
God,
just-
and all I got was this T-shirt.
Beautiful. We added that.
Yes. Right now. Oh,
Everyone
Kellen-
posts
Kellen-
for their holiday snapshot.
oh can we
Helen
post something?
reluctantly puts
Yeah!
Ah,
I'll be the fish. I'll lay across the front. You guys can post with me.
amazing.
Kellen reluctantly puts the shirt on and then hails a Chessentan Uber.
That's the art. That's the art. It's her name's not Uber. It's Umberly. Actually, I learned that.
Uberly.
Uberly. Oh my god, the fish types, they're called Uberlies.
Uberlies.
You find a young, enterprising lad and his brother who load you into their two little coracle-like boats and start to kind of pull it across the bay towards the island wreathed in mist and mystery. That's it. String up.
Fascinating.
And
Sorry, that really cracked us up. Okay, I'm ready.
Fine.
We're ready for D&D. Ooh.
it's about, let's say, sorry, I know I just put this music on. I'm going to immediately change it. You're about 30 feet off the rudimentary docks at the other end of things, when the boats in front of you start to frantically oar in the other direction, and you see people running down from the shallow hilltop towards the docks. Some of them bleeding heavily from gashes in their foreheads. Someone stumbles, clearly with family. The family ignores them and runs past.
Oh,
Oh, far out.
those bitches that never go to
And
Disneyland.
the excited mutterings and wonderings of what the Oracle would have in store for them are replaced by screams.
Whoa!
And
Oh my god.
roars.
This is not the mood that I was in.
Was?
This is not the mood I was in, John.
We were not. I was ready for Disneyland.
We just got our shirts.
You gave me Disneyland Paris.
Your enterprising young fellows start to turn the boats around. What do you do?
I think instinctively, Kaelin will do what she's taken very fondly to doing recently, and will just stand up in the boat, back to back with Arius, not Arius, Reese, and just surveying,
Denied.
like,
Sorry, Iris.
ready for
That's right.
for whatever's coming.
Are people stranded in the water, John?
I mean, all of these. It's like one of those. You pay someone to take you and then take you back. A couple
But
of.
like the people who are running from the.
So there are
Island.
boats. There are boats waiting for them, but some of the people manning the boats have started to flee without their passengers.
Okay. Could
If anyone falls in the water, Amenhotep wants to jump out and like help them.
I'll go with you because I can swim very fast.
I was also going to suggest.
No. You stay.
No. I was going to suggest using the Horn of the Deep to call the sea elves.
Let's
to
just
try
see
and
what
get
it
them to
is.
help
Let's
us
just see what it is.
if it's a dire situation. But if it's not that many people, then I will wait. I'm going to square up next to my friends.
Okay.
I'll
Kaelin
jump
and
in with
Reese.
Amenhotep.
That's it. And you help the people that run down to the docks escape. They push past you and jump into their boats, crowding in. The ones who got left behind are crowding into other people's boats, and they all start to, looking panics over their shoulders, just start rowing away towards the mainland again.
Jesus.
What is happening?
I have no idea.
A father just desperately clinging onto a young child comes around. He's like, one of the giants. They're usually they're said to be so gentle. One of them's gone quite mad.
Mad.
You do hear a roar coming in from up in the mists above, at the peak of this shallow hill.
Right, go back.
Where is she? She who dares defile in the name of Ogramoch. I will slay her.
Huh?
I think your friend is in trouble.
Yeah, actually, I just heard her, and now I'm concerned. She's a really powerful witch.
Loose.
Your voice
Yeah,
does not
no,
carry
no.
as well, I'm afraid.
All right.
Right, people's part of Chessenta. Let's go do what we do.
I knew these t-shirts would come in handy.
Doomed to do with slow-mo walk
Whistling.
through the water. Like the Expendables.
Noted. And you start to make your way up the hill, and you start to find corpses of people, some in t-shirts just like yours,
Oh.
and they seem to have
They
been flung from the hilltop, as they have
Corpses?
left a bit of a mark as they have skidded to a halt.
Oh!
And in the mists beyond, you see the tall shapes of the monoliths, and beyond the ones closest to you, something equally as large, but moving and roaring and bellowing as a stone giant is hunting about the hilltop for
Did we
this
avoid that thing?
so-called oracle. And
Probably. Do you know any of these corpses wearing socks and sandals?
sandals, yes, no socks.
No socks, okay, it's fine. I was just going to say I loot anyone wearing socks and sandals, but it's okay.
You loot anyone wearing socks and
It's a crime.
I was here
Right.
thinking, can I cast Spare the Dying? And you're like, I'm going to steal that shit.
Take their shoes.
Kellen, if you want to tag team that, I also have Spare the Dying.
I don't know if it'll work, but we can do it between us,
Try.
yeah.
So, here you are, folks. Did I bring you over, or did I just go myself? No, I brought you two.
Oh.
Here you are. You have arrived on the eastern edge of the mountain there. You can see the path going up. The monoliths there as well. The crumpled form of a deceased stone giant nearby. And an even larger one brandishing a huge crackling club in the interior. I have some art for you. Let me show you.
Oh, boy.
Here they are.
Oh.
Oh.
Why is he gonna snatch
Oh
them?
no.
As you
Yes.
see
That's not
a stone
friendly.
giant wearing more armor than they are said to, with crystals embedded
Aw.
into it,
Oh my
and
God.
brandishing this giant crystal-encrusted club that crackles with energy as he roars.
Oracle, did you see this coming?
And is stomping about the place,
Right, okay.
amid quite the scene of carnage.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Cool.
I don't know if we can kill that. It's made of stone.
So we're not that strong.
This is not the holiday I was envisioning.
Mm-mm. But if this thing leaves the island and goes near the town, my parents are screwed, dude.
Why don't we focus on getting the Oracle?
Do you
Please.
see Aurelia? Do you see her anywhere?
Really? Please make a perception check. John.
No need. He spins.
Wait,
Do I see her?
I think yes, this is from the new Bigby's Glory of Giants. Glory of Giants, right?
Mm.
So, yeah.
I think as we are about to lose Amenhotep, we should wait until we can jump into initiative next time.
okay.
Oh. What?
Thank you.
Oh.
So we have arrived here at Dreamer's Reach, and the stone giants have come under attack, it seems, from someone calling out to Ogramoch, who is related to that which dwells in the maw of the God Swallower.
Oh no.
Mm.
No. Not that
Oh.
one.
That's not good. Don't like them.
Primordials walk the land again.
No.
No.
But I've been pointing out the the God Swallower like the entire
Every
time we've
time.
had that map, and I don't want to know what's down there.
It would be
We
remiss
might
of me
find
to
out.
ignore it. Yes.
I
Right, we've
really
got-
want to know what's down there.
What happened to the fun Disneyland trip we planned?
Yeah, we were having cocktails and sushi and we had shirts.
Yay.
Well,
Uh,
misfit.
Wait, are you guys saying this is not a normal Disneyland?
I came for an oracle and all I got was a stone giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Our
We're
teachers
gonna,
are
we're gonna
accurate.
have more and more of those.
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah.
Now, for the full Disneyland experience, now you have to roll initiative and then wait in line for 2 hours before you get to have 6 seconds of combat.
Except for us, it's
Disneyland
2
Tokyo.
weeks.
5 hours used to get on the Indiana Jones ride. Was not worth it.
Hey, John, can I buy the fast pass?
You do have to buy them now these days, don't you? Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so, my friends, we shall return next time here to Dreamer's Reach, and hopefully you will be able to save Aurelia and drive off this rather violent visitor. And we shall see what powers the Oracle can bring, and what aid she can give you. A massive thank you to all of my lovely players. We shall say goodbye to them properly in just a moment. My friends, if you would like the chance to win the fabulous Painted World of... I forgot the name. What was the name? I wonder if this will work. Hang on. I set this up for a different number of cameras. My camera might be messed up here. Oh, it's just Emma. Hi, Emma. Say hello, Emma.
Hello.
Sorry, everyone. It's not me, it's Emma. But this is the giveaway today: the Painted World of Vincenzi, a one-shot location or a fabulous drop-in location for your games from CZRPG. Exclamation mark enter in chat for your chance to win that. And we shall draw the winner in just a moment. Okay, so let us say goodbye to all these fine people. Thank you so much for today, everyone. Sorry again for that delay at the start, but it was a lot of fun regardless. So, over to the far corner. Reese, where can people find you on the material plane?
I can be found here every other Friday or Wednesdays for Wildmount Chronicles on QuestJunkiesUK.
Thank you kindly. Moving on up, minute up.
I can be found here, and Sometimes on my Twitch, sometimes on my YouTube, streaming some game development and
Cool.
stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see the interviews with the people at Larian and stuff about Baldur's Gate. Cool stuff. Okay, Carolyn Sturgrove.
That is me. Hello, friends. I am Patch, the ever humble DM from Quest Junkies. You can find me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on Quest Junkies, including later tonight, where in a few hours' time I will be playing a slightly different wizard, Linnell, the goth mommy blade singer wizard, who just escaped the death house with a bunch of horny women, and she's kind of into it. And that's, yeah.
And do
That's
check
going
out
to be quite an adventure.
check out the amazing work that Patch does with the intros. A new one of which we will be debuting in just a moment as we leave here today. So stick around for that. And Arius.
Hello, I am Lily. I can only at the moment be found here, or otherwise annoying Emma on various social media.
It's true.
Yes.
Thank you, kindly. Speaking of, Luce.
Hello, I'm Emma, otherwise known as Emma City Art on Twitter. I refuse to call it X until that makes me sound like a boomer.
Emma's, yeah, I was like,
I refuse to call it X.
Lily, yesterday Emma was in chat. We were like, everyone, go and visit Emma's ex. We were like, hang on.
No. Emma doesn't
Do not
have
invoke evil.
Emma does not have anybody but Lily.
And
So kind of,
yeah,
sounds
so
wrong. I think that was Elon Musk's plan all along.
Yeah.
To have people say that.
I'm on there. I'm also on Blue Sky as Emma City as well. I've been following a whole bunch of y'all. If you're following Patch, I'm probably following you because I went through all of his following
That's
list.
the best way. That's the best way.
Yeah,
Stalker.
Yeah.
I do character art. My commissions will be opening in soon. A couple of days.
After Harrowing.
Just about a week or so. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Looking forward to our next chance to see more of your work as well. Such as our new fabulous Carolyn Sturgrove art. Here, let me enlarge that for a second.
So good. It's perfect.
So good. Okay. Inky's looking in
Mommy.
somewhere. And we are QuestJunkiesUK. We play lots of D&D and other TTRPGs, and we will be back soon. In 9 hours, it is the grand finale of Barovia and Beyond. This is it, Emma, the final chapter. It is going to be put to rest one way or the other. Our adventurers, Esmeralda d'Avenir and friends, are beleaguered and already very badly injured as they battled their way through the corrupted carnival and attempts to escape. But
You're not going to be awake.
they were trapped by the evil Dark Lord of the carnival, who revealed themselves to contain part of Strad von Zarevich's spirits, as he had eluded the dark powers and escaped Barovia in that way. Will they be able to put them finally to rest, release Barovia, return the Archfey goddesses, the Ladies of the Thanes, to power, and in doing so, return Barovia to the material plane? Find out tomorrow, and get the chance to get lots of fun and nice, lovely prizes, as we have lots of giveaways to celebrate the end of a campaign, as we love to do. We will be giving away, of course, some fabulous goodies from CZRPG, but also 2 gift certificates for Troll Games and 2 sets of Phoenix Dice as well. So please do jump in to see this epic finish to this awesome campaign. Strad was the first thing we ever streamed here on the channel, and this is going to be the end of that ongoing story. The Strad flowed into this campaign, so it's quite the thing. I'm sure Vanta's fine up there in her castle tower. If Barovia returns to the material plane, the castle will not go with it. Do not worry.
Fine.
Vanta's job is safe. Job security is very assured there.
Yeah.
Then we'll be jumping into next week, where you can find us in the jungles of Chalt's Down, in the Underdark, and with those fabulous folks from Candlekeep Mysteries. But one other time as well, as next week we have the next installment of our fun one-shot roulette style of play, as we are joined by several YouTubers this time around, some fabulous friends that we've been put in touch with and invited to play with us. GM Josh, who you'll know from Tomb of Annihilation, and Frost Maiden as was, and Firemore as well. will be joining us, as well as new friends, the Tabletop Worms, Brittany and Chris, who are traveling in Japan here at the moment, joined us to create their characters yesterday. And again, another very special guest, a YouTuber I've been watching for quite some time, the fabulous Mr. Tarask, will be joining us as we play some randomly generated fun. We do not know where, we do not know what. We shall be rolling for it when the session starts. The characters are crazy. Thank you, Emma, for your help yesterday. And we look forward to seeing what happens. It's going to be a good old time. If you want to hear what's going on and when it's happening, do jump into the Discord, as that is the place to find out everything that's going on. And if you want to catch up with everything else... Oh, I misspelled that one. Sorry, everybody. If you want to find out everything else that's going on and catch up with those previous VODs of ours, head on over to the YouTube as well. And of course, a massive thank you not only to our giveaway donation this week from CZRPG, but also the other folks that support the channel as well. Do check out our good friends at DM Charlie Gaming, a fabulous cadre of professional GMs waiting to take you off on adventures. Do check out them. Even if you don't jump in the games, get in the Discord and have access to a wonderful, experienced group of DMs that can give you advice and help and be generally nice people. Also, of course, we will be giving away those vouchers tomorrow, but do go check out the awesome stuff from Troll Lord Games in their catalogue, their original Castles and Crusades stuff, and we'll be playing it as we leave as I go once more. They do have their Kickstarter up and running at the moment, the fabulous looking Codex Infernum and Codex Exultum, all the fiends and angels you need for your games. Very, very quickly funded, many times over, so definitely going to be headed your way if you want to back that. Head over there and check out that link there to jump in on the Kickstarter. And exciting news from Chuck and everyone over there, they have won the rights and been given permission to republish some of Gary Gygax's old stuff. So, a little ad copy here. Gygax is back! Pre-orders are open in the Troll Lord Games store for Castle Zagig-Ysberg, the campaign setting by Gary Gygax. This was written by Gary in 2005 and then published by Troll Lord Games, a hardcover reprint, unchanged from the original. So do go and check out all of that TTRPG history on the shelves right now. Awesome stuff. So check it out on the Troll Lord Games store. And of course, if you've enjoyed the music that we've been playing today, do check out the awesome Sirenscape. And if you want to support the channel while you do it, you can get a free trial and then maybe become a Super Siren subscriber and get all the cool stuff in your games, wherever your players may be, with our affiliates link there. And last but not least, do check out, of course, Michelle and all of the goodies over at Phoenix Dice. Awesome stuff. If you want some more Click-Clack Math Rocks, of course you do. Do jump in and see what's going on over there. And whilst you're at it, you may as well use our coupons to get yourself a tasty discount for both CCRPG and Phoenix Dice. So, there you go, folks. Thank you all so much. Let's see who our lucky winner is today. Giving a quick refresh on that there. Make sure everybody's in there. Good job, everyone. It's nice to meet the fam loose and spend some time in the old stomping grounds. Okay. Very dramatic prize draw music here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, closing up the entries. Good luck, everybody. Today's copy of the amazing Painted World of Vigenzi goes to... Hey, the Ritz Do Nothing. Congratulations. We'll be sending that in a whisper soon. Get you the link to download that. If you want another chance to win, folks, do join us tomorrow for that grand finale. We look forward to seeing you then. But we are going to head off raiding. Do stick around. Enjoy the fabulous remastered intro from Carolyn, aka Patch of Quest Junkies, and check out that Troll Lord Games Kickstarter. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. But till we do, stick around for that raid if you've got on. Let those phoenixes fly. And until next time, as we like to say around these parts, Oizumi Nasai. Cheers, everyone.
Yes, me.
Yes, me.
Here it comes. It's beautiful. Don't want to miss it.